Good morning, readers. Today we're going to start our lesson, and I want you to grab your whiteboard and your marker. I don't know why that has the word go on there. Grab your whiteboard and your marker, and you can go ahead and grab it while I'm talking if you can hear what I'm saying while you go get it. Or I'm going to say a word, and I want you to listen for the beginning, middle, and ending sound of the words that I say. And I only want you to write the letter. You don't need to write the whole word. I just want you to write the letter of the sound that you hear. So let's just say, for instance, I say the word web. And I'll say, what's the sound you hear at the beginning of the word web? And then you would write the W on your whiteboard. Or I might say something like this. What's the sound you hear in the middle of the word web? Now, sometimes the middles are a little trickier to hear. So then you would take that word and you would stretch it out if you don't hear it automatically. So you would go, what, ebb, what, oh, e, and then you would write e there. Okay, and I'll do some with the ending sound. So this is just a practice to see that you are decoding and hearing the different sounds of words. So grab that whiteboard, and I want you to write the word, sorry, don't write the word, write the sound you hear at the beginning of the word tap. Write the sound you hear. Now go ahead and hit pause if you're not done, and I'll and then unpause it because I'm going to be showing the answer. So at any time in this lesson while you are writing, you might want to hit pause before I give the answer out so you have time to catch up. Tap. The first sound was T. Awesome. Go ahead and write the sound you hear at the end of the word pit. Pit. Hold it up. T. Awesome. Don't forget, hit pause if you need to if I'm going too quickly. What sound do you hear in the middle of the word Bob? Bob. Hold it up. Oh, great job, first grade. What sound do you hear at the end of the word mom? Hold it up. Perfect. What sound do you hear at the beginning of the word fill? Fill. Hold it up. Great job. What sound do you hear in the middle of the word bad? Bad. Remember, you might need to stretch that out a little bit. Hit pause if you need to. Hold it up. All right, did you have A? Good job if you did. Okay, what sound do you hear in the middle of the word fell? Fell. Hold it up. E. All right, that was just a quick warm up to see how well we are listening to and hearing and be able to decode sounds that we are to spell or to read. I hope you did a good job on that. Today, we're going to focus again. We talked about this last week on words that have more than one vowel in the syllable. And those are two vowel words. And the rule for that is now, there are always exceptions to the rule. There are a lot of exceptions to this one. But the rule is when there's two vowels in the word, the first one will say its long sound or his name, and the second one is silent. So I've got some two vowel words up here. And I see that there's two vowels in this one syllable word. And I'm going to, if I don't know the word, I need a little help. You did this in kindergarten. You do not need to do this to the words, but it does help if you can't read them. I might take my word and I will make this one with a mark over it, meaning it's long. It's going to say its long sound or his name. Well, I know his name is E, and then the next vowel is silent. So then I can have it all set up for me to read. I'm going to get my lips ready to sound out these letters. Sweet, sweet. All right, good job. Go ahead and try this one on your own. First one's long, second one's silent. Did you get it? Neat. Hit pause if I ever go too quickly for you. Go ahead, this word, peel. And this one, let's see if we can do it without marking the word up. Go ahead. First one's going to be long, second one's silent. Keep going. And last one. Always hit pause. I'm going to read them now. If you need to hit pause, go ahead. Need, feel, teal. So you are going to have a word sort on your papers today. There's not going to be a choice board this week. It's our final week before we go on fall break. And so we are going to do a little study. We're going to have a lot of things with ice cream this week. And so we'll do an ice cream unit. And at the end of the week in social studies, we're going to be doing something special with ice cream. So we kind of mix social studies and reading together. So I'm not going to do a choice board, but you will have some papers to do at the end of the day. So I want you to read these words when you get this paper, and I want you to go ahead and put them in the proper column. So if they're EE words, you'll put them over here. If they're EA words, you will put them over there. Now, when you get going on a word and you start reading a word and it's kind of a long word, I want us to do something. What I've noticed sometimes that readers do is when they're reading a word and they get stuck on a long word, they like to just kind of skip the word and keep going. And there's a reason to skip it. There's times that we do skip the word, but we don't ignore the word. Sometimes we skip the word because we can't figure it out, but we go back to the word. But a one good thing to do when we're stuck on a big word when we're reading is to get our lips ready for the sounds we do know. So there's a book called Time to Say Please. Now, again, we see this, there's an EA word there, right? So even though that's a big word, the first one says his name and the second one is silent. So that was another example of an EA word, please. Time to say please. Now, I'm going to read a word, and when I get stuck on a word, I'm going to kind of show you what we do with our lips to help us kind of get going on the word. Time to say please. If you ever want to get my lips ready because I really know what the beginning sound of that word is. So I know that that word says oh. So I already am ready to keep reading it. Oh, two vowels. First one says his name. Real, real E. Let me see if that's right. If you ever really want something, did that make sense? If you ever really want something? Do you see how that I got my lips ready? Because I knew that that word started with the R. So I kept my lips going so that I could smoothly read that word as I was sounding it out. So that's what I really want you to do. If you ever really want something, like really, really, really want something, don't just grab it. Go ask a big person and please say please. There are all kinds of, ooh, a big word. So let's get our lips ready. Ready? Let's say the first sound. So as I'm reading, I know I'm going to get that R ready. There are all kinds of, ooh, two vowels again. Rees. There are all kinds of reasons. There are all kinds of reasons to say please when you want to turn, when you want a toy, or when you want to borrow someone's truck. See how I kept my lips ready to go? When you want to try something for the very first time, you say please, or when you want to stop. But that's not all. Excuse me can come in handy. And sorry is very useful, but you have to mean it. Please isn't hard to say. Just try it. I know that you all use your manners, don't you? She wants that what? That cookie. May I have a cookie, please? You may not get what you want, but it is harder to say no when someone says please. Oh, and big people love to hear thank you. You can, here's a big word. I'm going to get my lips ready for this word. I know that N says N. So as I read it, I'm going to get my lips ready. You can never. You can never say please too often. Please, 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 please. Then again, maybe you can. Okay, so this book was a great book to remind me that I get my lips ready when I get stuck on a word. So when you're reading your epic or a book at the house or a book from Journeys or anything, and you're stuck on the word, get your lips ready for the sound you know. It'll help smooth out your reading and then start stretching it out, but get those lips ready. It'll help you not pause so much and it'll keep the what the author's trying to tell you easy for you to understand because you didn't take a big break in the word. All right? Now, today on for homework, you don't have Epic, although keep reading if you would like to, because you guys have read over 600 books on Epic. Good job. We're going to try to get to 800 books for our class, and you've done so well. Keep reading if you can. But today you have a Nearpod to do, and some of you already did it. I saw that some of you turned them in already. Good job for you. And it's going to be on end marks. So when end marks are the things that go at the end of the sentence, like an exclamation point. And we talked about this already. We use an exclamation point when we show strong feeling. So if I'm reading a book and a story and it has an exclamation mark at the end of it, that means it's showing strong feeling. And so you would use please when you want to say stop because he's afraid, right? You would use a question mark when you ask somebody something. And this girl really, really, really wanted a cookie. So she said, "May I have a cookie, please?" And that is how we end a sentence that asks a question with a question mark. And then when you're telling somebody something, you put a period. You may not get what you want. That was just a fact. That's a sentence that ends with a period. So when you do your Nearpod today, you're going to have an opportunity to answer some questions that put periods at the end, question marks at the end, or exciting questions with an exclamation point. And you'll also have a chance to tell me or write me a sentence that uses all three of those end marks. All right, we'll see you tomorrow on our next study with reading.